Today's video is going to be very different from all the other videos that we've done in the past, because in all the other videos, I give you strategies, I give you tools and steps and processes for you to be working on yourself. But today's video is actually way more important than any of the practices that you actually do. Yes, what I'm saying is true, because all the practices help you to get to a specific point. But whatever we are discussing in today's video, which is 5 beliefs that will change your life, are literally the 5 beliefs that I started to incorporate in my life. And everything that is a part of my life today is because of the embodiment of these 5 beliefs. So, even before I help you understand what these beliefs are, let's understand life first. Why do you think you feel upset? Or why do you think you feel depressed? Or why do you think you feel anxious on the inside? Most of you might be telling me, or you might be thinking while you listen to me asking this question, you might think saying, oh my God, my spouse left me and went. I had a breakup in my relationship. My parents did not take care of me. So basically we have a tendency, so this is who we are, we have a tendency to look at an external circumstance, whatever that is the external situation, and we think this external situation is making me feel a specific way. That is how we've also been taught. Whatever happens in our external reality is the reason as to why we feel the way we feel. But let's dissect this. It's not entirely because of the external circumstance that you're feeling a specific way on the inside, but because of the meaning that you give to the external circumstance. I'm going to repeat that. It's not the external circumstance that is making you feel a specific way, but it is a meaning that you give to the external circumstance that is actually making you feel a specific way. So if you start to understand this much more deeper, you'll start to realize that all events have zero meaning, which means they are neutral in nature. Every situation has a specific emotion to it depending on the meaning that we attach to it, which means how I feel is not dependent on the external circumstance, but rather how I feel is dependent on how I perceive the external circumstance. The perception is nothing but the meaning I give to the external circumstance. So when you start to understand this, you'll realize that there are only 3 things in our control in our life. The first one is a perception. This is something I learned. This is a lesson that I will never forget because I learned this from my mentor, Dr. John D. Martini, and it's been a game changer for me ever since. So the first thing that is in our control is the perception. That is, what meaning am I going to attach to every single circumstance that is happening to me in my life? And the second thing that is in our control is the decisions that we make. Based on the meaning that I've attached to the external circumstance, I'm going to decide a specific thing. I'm going to work in this direction. I'm not going to work in this direction. I'm going to stay away from this person. I'm going to be with this person. So you make decisions. And the third thing is your action. So your perception, your decision, and your action. These are the only 3 things that are in your control. So these 2 are dependent on this. If these 2 are dependent on this, then slowly you will start to realize that the minute you start to change your perception, the meaning that you give to the things in your life starts to change. And today's video is going to be about how do we work on changing this perception. What are the 5 beliefs that we need to have on the inside? Think about it like this. Imagine at this point of time, you're wearing goggles, which is black tinted goggles, and you're looking at the world with the black tinted goggles, which means everything is starting to look black for you. It's looking gray for you. You're not able to get the exact visibility of that. Now, the perception, I'm going to encourage you to remove that, and I'm going to encourage you to wear 5 different goggles, which will make life look way more beautiful than it actually is. So when these 5 beliefs are incorporated inside of you, what do I mean by incorporated inside of you? So this is you, this is a belief. Right now, the 5 beliefs that I'm going to be talking to you about may be an external belief, may not be your own belief. Now, slowly, we will start making sure that we start operating from that belief. We start repeating those statements of affirmation to ourselves every single day so that these beliefs become ours. These beliefs becoming ours is nothing but you taking those goggles from outside. The goggles are the beliefs. You taking in that effort to wear it on so that your entire life starts to look so beautifully for you. Right? So for this, the first belief that I want you to understand is everything in your life is happening for your highest good. Everything. I mean, literally everything. So now you will start to ask yourself the question, how? I grew up in a family where it was dysfunctional, or I had a relationship which was really terrible for me. How is everything happening for my highest good? So now I want you to look at your life from bird's eye view. You're looking at your life from a very myopic view, which means this is happening, this is right, this is wrong, and this is not something that I really want for myself in my life. But when you start looking at your life from a bird's eye view, you will start to realize, take a look at your life. The kind of circumstances that you've gone through, every hardship that you've gone through has made you realize the strength that you've had inside of you all along, and nothing else in your life would have made you aware of the strength that you actually have. So literally every person that you attract, every circumstance that you attract, every situation that happens to you in your life is happening for your highest good. It might feel very difficult for you to believe this at this point of time, but I want you to be open to the possibility of just being aware. Okay, what if everything is happening for my highest good? What if I don't know the big picture as yet? Every time you have a little bit of a resistance in believing this, what I would recommend is imagine your life to be an entire movie. In the 20th minute of your movie, you're going through rock bottom. Everything is falling apart, nothing is working for you. But in the 30th minute of the movie, your entire life changes because of the circumstances that you had to go through in the 20th minute of the movie. So now when you come out, you'll be so grateful for what you went through in the 20th minute of the movie. You will not crib and complain as to why this happened, why this did not happen. You won't do that. So now I want you to start to just be open to the idea that maybe I don't know what the big picture is as yet, but I am open to believing in the possibility that everything in my life is happening for my highest good. So when you start to incorporate this belief deep on the inside, everything will start to fall in place for you, right? And the second belief, by incorporating this belief, you know what will happen? Most of you have this fear of missing out. Oh my God, if I don't turn up for this party, then I might miss out on some great opportunity. Oh my God, if I don't do this, I might miss out on some great opportunity. So you're taking action in your life, not because of inspiration, but you're taking action in your life from a space of desperation and fear. If I don't do this, I'll miss out on this, and that's exactly why I'm going to do this. No, it doesn't feel aligned on the inside, right? So always remember, what's meant for me will find its way to me. Whatever is meant for me will find its way to me. Does this mean I'm not going to take any action in the direction of my goals or what I want to accomplish in my life? No, that's not the meaning. It means when I become a vibrational match to the things that I want in my life, then I really don't have to chase those things. They will naturally and automatically come to me. So I'll give you an analogy for this. Imagine this is who you are. Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 keys inside of you. Keys, chabis, okay? 4 keys inside of you. And in a distant place, there are 4 treasures that are kept. So to unlock this treasure, you have to use key 1. To unlock this treasure, you have to use key 2. This is key 3. This is key 4. So to unlock each of the treasures, you have to start using these particular keys. So now I want you to understand this key is only there inside of you, and this treasure is only meant for you. Which means when you become version 1, which is better version of yourself, that key gets unlocked inside of you, this treasure starts to come into your life. Now, you becoming version 2 or not, that is the better version of you again, is your choice. But don't be scared that if I don't do it right now, if I don't just take this action right now out of desperation, somebody else will take this and go away. No. This will stay there as long as it takes for you to find a way to get to that point. which means you don't have to operate from a space of desperation. You can start operating from a space of alignment where you understand what's meant for me will always be there for me. So how quickly I want to go and accomplish and live that beautiful, abundant life is in the free will that I have, is in the choices that I make. If I want to lead a life where I'm feeling stuck all the time, or if I want to lead a life where I'm feeling really expansive all the time. This is something that you will ask yourself every single time. Okay, now three. So every version of you, that is the key 1, key 2, key 3, key 4, will start to unlock inside of you when you become that version, when you start facing your own fears, when you start changing your belief system, when you start telling yourself as to how capable you are and you move through the process. Right? The first belief and second belief. This one will make you feel much more calmer. You won't resist the flow of the universe. The second one will make you feel like, oh, I have nothing to lose. I'm not in any hurry. I'm not going to have this fear of I'm going to miss out on something, right? And the third thing is 100% responsibility. Moving forward, please remember this is who you are. The entire world is a mirror for you. So I'm going to combine belief 3 and belief 4. Belief 4 is everything in my external reality is a reflection of my core beliefs. Is a reflection of my core beliefs. So I'm going to combine these two and explain this to you. So the problem arises when you think the events happening to you in your life are independent of you. No, they're not independent of you. So the world is a mirror. So every person that you attract in your life, every circumstance that you attract in your life is reflecting back to you what your core beliefs are. So for example, if you say, Gayathri, I'm a very loyal person, but I ended up attracting a person who is not loyal to me. Does that mean I'm not loyal? No, it does not mean that. What it means is you have emotions or you have belief system that says, I am not good enough. So there will come a person in your life who will make you feel more of this. So whatever is happening to you in your life, it's simply because there is something inside of you. This is how the universe works. Just like the algorithms of different softwares, the way it works, the universe's algorithm works this way. Whatever core belief that I carry on the inside is reflected back to me through people, circumstances, situations. It can also be positive beliefs. Imagine you attracting so many amazing people in your life who think you are a lovable person, who think hanging out with you feels really nice. Why do they feel that way? Because deep inside you feel you're a person of value. You feel you're worthy of who you are. So now, once we take 100% responsibility for our life and understand everything in our life is a reflection of our core beliefs, now there is no blame. When there is no blame, there is 100% responsibility. When there is 100% responsibility, you start to change. You don't stay stuck, but you start to change. You know the kind of people who don't change in their life? They are the kind of people who always blame the other people for the circumstances that they are in. Why am I so confident about saying this? Been there, done that, never worked. I'm sure you know a lot of people in your life who constantly blame other people for the circumstances that they're going through, or you may be that person. So now instead of beating yourself up for this entire thing that you're going through, start telling yourself, maybe there are certain things inside of me that is possibly attracting these circumstances. And if I want to change my life, the only person who needs to change is me and not them. And the last one is my favorite, which is adapted by one of Rumi's quotes. Rumi says, what you seek is seeking you, right? So what you seek is also seeking you. What do I mean by this? So I'm not going to cover the spiritual angle of it because spiritual angle goes much more deeper and it's a beautiful understanding. I'll definitely do a different video on that, understanding the spiritual angle of this. So now what you need to understand is, most of us have a difficulty in believing, let's say these are the desires that you want to manifest in your life. This is money, this is love, this is the house that you want to manifest, this is, let's say, this is a business that you want to manifest. These are multiple things that you want to manifest in your life. So when you have a desire for something, the desire starts from your heart. Okay? And the reason why sometimes you have a lot of self-doubt is because you think, oh my God, I have these desires. Am I even worthy of that? So I'm going to break it down for you. The very fact that you want this in your life, the very fact that you have very unique desires unlike anybody else, and not everybody has the same desire, the very fact that this desire was planted in your heart means these desires want to be manifested in this world through you. So there is an invisible connection from your heart to these desires that are there as quantum potential in the universe. That is why you feel it in your heart, you feel it in your gut that this is meant for me. I'm meant for a bigger life. I'm meant for something really, really great in my life. Because these desires are constantly communicating with you. And please remember, and these desires are not the desires that are stemming from a space of void. We've spoken about this previously. Desires can come from a space of void, or desires can come from a space of your purpose. So, the desire to live an abundant life, the desire to get married to your soulmate, the desire to actually impact millions of people in your lifetime, all these desires have come to you because those desires want to be manifested in this world through you. When you make this your self-belief, when you make this a part of your belief system, then you're not going to question yourself even once if you're worthy of accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Why? The very fact that you have a desire planted in your heart is only because the desire wants to be manifested in this world through you. Right? So when you make these beliefs, I'm going to run down the beliefs once again. Everything in your life is happening for your highest good. There is a sense of ease and calmness. So what's meant for me will always find its way to me, which means there is no fear of missing out. I can still do the things that I'm inspired to do. I take 100% responsibility for my life because everything in my external reality is a reflection of my core beliefs that I have. So this means I'm going to stop blaming everything that is around me. And I'm going to start taking 100% responsibility, because I know when I take that 100% responsibility, my life starts to change. And finally, whatever I am seeking is also seeking me, which means I don't have even an ounce of self-doubt as to if this is possible for me or not. The very fact that it wants me as badly as I want it means I'm worthy of it. So start working on using these as affirmations every single day. I'm 100% responsible for my life. Everything in my life is happening for my highest good. Whatever I want in my life also wants me back so deeply. So when you start saying these sentences to yourself, your belief system starts to shift. When your belief system starts to shift, what happens? Your perception starts to change. When your perception starts to change, the way you feel on the inside as a result of external circumstances also will start to change.